everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is 1 of 1, but you can call me 7. Okabe just left Lukako there at the shrine, and I feel awful for her. There's not much else to say. We're on our way to Lukako's ending, and I'm worried that they're gonna fumble the bag, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's get you moving. Okarin, how'd it go? Not good. He did not apologize. Yeah, so put the juicy chicken number 1 in the microwave and nuke it so that the D-mail is basically ABC and... Huh? The microwave was developed by Knights of... Whoa. Is my guy just having a breakdown? Cause, yeah. Okarin, it's broken. I mutter incoherently as I set up the time leap machine. What are you doing? Making a tactical retreat? Retreat? How far do I go? As far as I can. Yeah, that's it. Dude, chill out. She just said she wants you to be her boyfriend. And for 2 days at that, would it be that bad, homie? I jump all the way back to August 11th, the limit of the time limit. Oh my... Wow. Wow. Okay. Jeez, alrighty then. Fine, I guess. You coward. Good lord, you really jumped all the way back, huh? What are you gonna do back here? Huh? Tell me. When I'm done, Kurisu's standing before me, fiddling with the phone waves, wiring. You're distracting me. How many times do I have to tell you? She's still working on the time leap machine upgrade. I know I shouldn't interrupt her, but there's nobody else I can rely on. Genius neuroscientist, I need to talk to you. Make it short. I want you to come with me to Yanabayashi Shrine. Tell me why. If it's a date or something, then I refuse. Hoin Kyoma does not go on dates, much less with his assistant. Ridiculous. Alright, she's glaring like she's gonna kill me. Let's leave the jokes aside for now. So, I need you to explain the differences between the male brain and the female brain. I briefly explained my situation, what happened with Lukako before I leaped. How many times have I explained this to Kurisu now? So many, and you always ask that question every time too. And then she comes with you! Did you come to pray? Not exactly. Actually, we have something to talk to you about, Urishibara-san. This is the strategy I thought up. Its name is Operation Christina. Lukako reacts differently to me. I already know she'll have a breakdown if I tell her she's a guy. But she's not too familiar with Kurisu, and they're both girls, so it should be easier if Kurisu tells her. That's why I persuaded Kurisu to handle it. So I wait behind Kurisu and watch silently. What might that be? Lukako is shy. He was distant with me back when we first met. And I can see she's made a small wall between herself and Kurisu now too. On the other hand, Kurisu is very calm, truly reliable. Kurisu puts on a gentle smile and begins her explanation. Did you know male and female brains are very different? What? Hey, male brains are right dominant, female brains are left dominant. Yeah? By the way, the right brain handles image processing, spatial processing, and comprehensive judgment. The left brain handles things like language and calculation. The right and left brains are connected by the corpus callosum, which is more developed in females. You know, people say that girls are better at multitasking. That can be explained by the development of the corpus callosum. What? What the hell is she talking about? Actually, these theories are kind of fringe. They're not really that credible. So if you don't mind, I'd like to do an experiment. An experiment? I want to try mapping your brain patterns to see if they're more male or female or male. What is mapping? Lukako's clearly frightened. Brainwave mapping. We just take a sample of your brainwaves. Anyway, you'll understand if you try it, okay? Okay? It won't hurt a bit. No thanks. It'll be okay, I promise. It won't hurt a bit. Just come to the lab and we'll... I lightly chop Kurisu on the head. What? Don't you what me? What did we come here for? What are you going to do if you scare Lukako away? I'm just treating her like a valuable test subject. Go back to the lab, you experiment-loving girl. Yeah, okay, so that's the things I get for going out of my way to help you. I'm gone. You're on your own now. Kurisu leaves the shrine with squared shoulders, muttering darkly to herself. What was Makise-san talking about? Well, basically... Do I have to explain it myself after all? You're actually a guy. The result is the same, of course. I hear the tweeting of small birds outside the window. It's morning now. It's nice and cool early in the morning, even though it's the middle of summer. Oh yeah, you already said that. The sun's not. Yeah, this is the second time I've woken up like this. That the date was different the first time. In any case, my mental state is exactly the same as back then. Through the front door, I hear someone stomping up the stairs. I jump up thinking it's Moeka, but then I realize who it is. It's Mayuri. Yep. She's angry. Originally, Mayuri was supposed to stay over at the lab, but last night she got a call from someone and left in a hurry. She probably went to see Lukako. Very disappointed in you. Yep, of course. I sigh in frustration. Before I time leap, this happened on the 14th. Today is the 12th. Since I explained the situation to Lukako early, it looks like Mighty's protest came early too. Yeah. We know. I'm going to see her now, so don't worry. I was never going to talk to you again. That mail should come any minute now. There we go. It actually came. If I go to Yanobayashi Shrine now, Lukako will confess her love and ask me to be her boyfriend. Please be my boyfriend. Yep, the classic. But this time I thought ahead. I start yelling at the development room and begin to hear the sounds of someone moving inside. She worked all night, so you shouldn't wake her up. I know, but I have to do this. Please wake up. Oh, shut up. You're just sleeping in there with sleepy eyes. Doo-doo-doo. Last night she fell asleep at the desk. The sleeves of her clothes left a mark on her cheek. Her hair is frayed, her eyes are red. Oh, dude, she rubs those red eyes. What is it? I'm going to Yanobayashi Shrine. Come with me. It's time for Operation Christina 2. Dude, you're such a coward. Come on. Until the 15th, we can stop before Mighty-chan is in danger. So, please be my... There we go. And is Kurisu just there? Yeah? Please be my boyfriend, same as before, only this time I have to be your boyfriend for 4 days instead of just 2. I guess you could say it's a bold proposal. Fortunately, I came prepared. It's time to set Operation Christina 2 into motion. Last time, things got complicated when I added that experiment-loving girl to the conversation. This time, I had her watch from the shadows near the staircase. I need a moment. I turn my back to Lukako and call Kurisu. Sup, you filthy normal. Who's a normal? Think about how I feel for once. Did you hear what Lukako said just now? No, fill me in. You weren't listening? How am I supposed to listen from all the way over here? She confessed until the 15th, then back to manhood. And why are you asking me? Just grant Urishibara-san's wish. Thank you, Kurisu. It's not that hard, okay? Good lord, it doesn't matter. And? What's wrong with her? I mean, look how cute she is. No, shut. Her being a guy, no, well, first off, we know that that's not true, but it doesn't matter, man. Just chill out with that stuff. She's always been a girl. Sure, yeah, there you go. Just give up, bye. Sorry, brother. I stuffed my phone into my pocket and head back to Lukako. Were you on the phone with Makize-san? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you look like you were having fun. No, nonsense. Is this pressure? Is she applying psychological pressure? So, Lukako fidgets restlessly. Your answer... Yeah, go on, homie. Please be my boyfriend. A 4-day trial relationship. Will those 4 days feel long or short? I mean, sure, Lukako is cute. She's very slender and delicate, especially around the waist, and her skin is as white as alabaster. Nice, I guess. That's classic. Even when Lukako was a guy, I occasionally found myself mesmerized by his girlish demeanor. I'm on a mission to change Lukako back into a guy. I need to accomplish that mission to save Mairi. If I go out with the girl Lukako and fall in love with her, then will I be able to treat guy Lukako like I used to? If I forget he's a guy and lose my self-control, it could result in complications. Going out with the current Lukako isn't the problem. I mean, I still have my reservations, but cuteness is justice, right? That's Daru's saying. The real source of my hesitation is the thought of what happens afterwards. The problem isn't Lukako, but my own heart. Besides, I'm supposed to be saving Mairi, not going out on dates. But on the other hand, Lukako's cooperation is essential to save Mairi. I won't get anywhere if I reject Lukako and make her cry. For the sake of my goal, I must overcome the problems of my heart. I'll do it. I'll take Lukako's deal. But if we're going to do this, I tell myself, there's one rule that you must follow. You must not fall in love with Lukako. Even if it means trampling on her heart, you must not fall in love. Fall in love and you could end up walking the forbidden path. Very well. I'll go out with you, but only until the 15th. Tears immediately fall from Lukako's eyes. Why are you crying? She's happy. Poor girl. I was sure that you'd say no. Thank goodness. Her face is red and her eyes are wet with tears, yet she's really happy. Seeing her like this, all shy and embarrassed but happy at the same time, makes me feel... She's too cute. I mustn't fall in love, but I'm about to... Bruh. Chill out. Chill out. Why does every single one of her actions have to be so cute? She must be doing it on purpose. There's no other way. No, that's Ferris's job, actually. Lukako's cuteness is a terror of the universe. Okabe-san? Lukako wipes her tears away. Tomorrow, a date. What does she mean by da? A date, duh. There you go. What did you say? A date? True, when a couple goes somewhere together, that's called a date. It would really be a dick move if I refused to go on a date right after we started going out. Okay, but where? Doesn't look like she's got a place in mind. I want to go where you want to go. She's precious. She's sweet. I want to know more about the places you frequent, Okabe-san. So in other words, she wants me to decide for her? It's really unfair to be so cute. People will forgive you for anything you say. I scratch my head and thought. And I'll come up with something by tomorrow. For now, I just want to get out of this sickeningly sweet atmosphere that's brewing. Okabe, you need to chill out, okay? First off, it doesn't matter if she was a guy, blah, 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 whatever, all of that stuff. Even then, in this world line, she's a girl now, if that's your issue. But like, come on. You don't need to react like that. We arranged to meet tomorrow morning, then I quickly leave the shrine behind. I breathe a sigh of relief at the sparsity of pedestrians on Mansebashi Bridge. There we go. Well, Kurisu was walking behind me. She was completely useless. Did you agree to go out with her? Well, I can kind of guess based on Urishibara-san's reaction. Wait, you saw that? You told me to watch, didn't you? Oh yeah, I was expecting her to give me advice. Guess I should have known better. We're going on a date tomorrow. Yeah? Kurisu makes a small nasal sound. She hasn't been making eye contact. Does she not like that? Our insane mad scientist is dating a high school girl. That's not insane at all. Oh, is she being... Damn you, Kurisu. Must you always be so cynical? Let's just ignore her and get to the lab. But just as I quicken my pace, she grabs my shoulder and pulls me back. I almost fall down backwards. What was that for? Sorry, I didn't mean to be snippy. I'm just a little irritated. Kurisu doesn't tell me what she's irritated about. Instead, she starts rubbing her temples. You made this choice to save Mighty, so I'll change my way of thinking too. Anyway, do you have any plans for your date tomorrow? Date plans. I told Lukako I'd come up with something by tomorrow. So far, I've made no progress. I can't help but feel uneasy about the whole thing, even though I'm doing it to save Mighty. Well, do you? This calls for Hoin Kyoma, his coping mechanism. I have only one thing to say, assistant mine. I am the great Hoin Kyoma, a mad scientist with an IQ rivaling that of Isaac Newton himself. And naturally, as a mad scientist, I have no interest in this thing mortals call love. My incredible brain is devoted to destruction of the system that controls the world and the birth of a new age of chaos. There you go. You're obviously a Damn. Huh? Pretend you didn't just hear that. How dare you point out the truth so bluntly? I won't forget this insult. Sorry. They ended up at May Queen. What's important for a first date is to make a good impression. An unclean appearance is out of the question. A haircut is especially important. Long hair looks dirty, so it's no good. For clothes, you should wear something exactly the right size. Though it may be trendy, especially in Akiba, for young men to wear baggy clothes, it looks sloppy, so it's not good. Why exactly am I in a maid cafe getting date advice from my younger assistant, who is also a girl? No, but you should be getting date advice from a girl, but like, she also has no experience, which is funny. So that's what you should be. But anyway, on the first date, I feel like she must have read this somewhere, right? On the first date, conversation tends to break due to mutual nervousness. What's important is to play conversation catch. One-sided conversations aren't fun for the other side. Girls especially like to talk, so the guy should try to keep the conversation going. Not just by listening, throwing in appropriate responses is also necessary. Responsiveness gives the girl the impression that you're really listening to her. Basically, you need to be the opposite of yourself. Anyway, focus on acting normal for now. No more of that idiotic laughter. You're too heavy-handed with girls. You talk too pompously. You fire off nonsensical delusions. Hey, you're just reading out of a dating manual, so you've got no right to look down on me. Since neither of us knows anything about romance, we're starting out of a dating manual we bought. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they're reading out of a dating manual. Anyway, this dating manual actually says some pretty interesting things. Kurisu flips to the manual on top of the table. Like, when walking down the street, be sure to put yourself between your date and the road, or whatever you do, don't make the girl pay for anything. Okay, for your date tomorrow, make sure you follow all of these rules. I wonder if I can really be that careful. And after that, there's carry a clean handkerchief, spread it out when the girl goes to sit on a park bench. Oh my god, how old-fashioned is this thing? I'm not her butler. But that's what the book says! Man, these guys, they're studying out of a manual! Family restaurants are borderline acceptable, anything else depends on your budget. Per the family restaurants in Akiba. Arrive at the meeting place at least 15 minutes early. Tardiness is unacceptable. 15 minutes early. This isn't that hard, to be fair. Movies, art gallery, strolling through town, and food are all safe. I see, it's easier than I thought. I was under the impression that a first date required going to a beautiful beach resort, exchanging your first kiss, bathed in the light of the setting sun, and stuff like that. That's really romantic. These guys are hopeless. I mean, that's virgin imagination at full throttle. You've read too much manga. You too. Besides, your date's a minor, so don't even think about bringing her to a hotel, okay? Yeah, love hotel. That's also another thing that exists. That just about covers it. Well, was my lecture helpful? You mean the manuals lecture. Anyway, strolling around town counts as a date, huh? In that case, I don't have to waste money. Buddy, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be undone. You going on a date? Ferris comes to our table carrying drinks. Thanks for waiting. I'll prepare your iced coffee. Yum. As usual, she pours in milk and syrup right in front of me. Okane became a mad scientist for Mayashi's sake, right? Maybe it's irresponsible for me to say you don't have to act like a bad guy. Oh, is Mairi feeling bad about something that she said? Kurusu watches this with great interest. I guess this is her first time at a maid cafe. Is Mayashi the lucky girl? Ferris winks at me playfully while staring at Kurusu's iced coffee. Why would you think that? Not her? Then Ferris looks at Kurisu. Is it her? No, she's my assistant. No, but you guys are actually perfect for each other. Like, you two are perfect for each other, like, truly. Kurisu and I exchange glares sharper than a sword's blade. I swear sparks are flying. And some other girl... Kyoma, you tomcat, you're making moves on too many girls. So you're making moves on too many girls, huh? What nonsense. Well, I guess I did hug Ferris. That was on the 14th. So when I time leaped to the 12th, it was undone. I shake off a pang of loneliness and return to the conversation. Poor dude, he's just leaping from timeline to timeline. Here we go. The next day finds me strolling around Akiba with Lukako. So where to next? Event number 1, lunch at a family restaurant, is already complete. I took care of the bill, and now we're back out in the heat. I've got the entire day planned out in my head. The next event is... How about we take a walk around town? Oh. It's Obon holiday, so Akiba is crowded. To avoid the crowds, we end up walking through the back streets. My plan is to walk with Lukako all the way to Ueno and back. That should be enough, right? I walk quickly. This conversation thing isn't going so well. I try to follow the guide's advice and be a good listener, but Lukako's silent by nature. She doesn't really start talking on her own. Even at the family restaurant, the words we exchange were mostly just things like, it's crowded today, it's delicious, and it was delicious. I'm getting secondhand stress, and I think it was a mistake to just wander around, especially since we've ended up in a residential area with no interesting scenery whatsoever. What's up, Luka? She's a few steps behind me. At least walk with her, homie. I stop and turn around. Lukako catches up and we start walking together again. Do you remember about the first time you and I met? Yeah, of course. What I actually remember is how I met the male Lukako. Oh, we don't even know how they met on this world line. It was during Golden Week in May. I was searching Akiba for materials to build a new future gadget when I saw Lukako in his Miko garb surrounded by some cameramen. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, y'all are being creepy. Good lord. Ay ay ay. Super moe. Oh, they're called low anglers? To be honest, the Miko garb fascinated me because Miko are sacred, chosen to serve the gods. I know college girls are doing it for money these days, but as far as I'm concerned, that's sacrilege. As in demanding to photograph a sacred Miko, I couldn't let it pass. As is demanding to photograph a sacred, yeah. You with the cameras. Oh wow, you really just went in there, huh? There we go. Yup, Chunibyo stuff. What's with this guy? He's nuts. This Miko clearly does not want your attention. Get out of here, Chunibyo. Okay, so Lukako just told the three of them that she, here. Look, I'm just gonna refer, Lukako has always wanted to be a girl, so I'm just gonna refer to her as she, borderline, okay? Or borderline? Bottom line. The bottom line is that I'm always going to refer to her as she. There we go, problem solved. She just said, I'm a guy, and everyone just goes, oh. So there's no point in photographing me, Lukako murmured sadly. Oh, Lukako. They left the place, mumbling complaints all the while. This is gross. Those bastards were a disgrace to otaku everywhere. They're a disgrace to people everywhere. Thought it would have said something like, someone this cute can't be... Yep, there you go. Thank you very much. No, it's nothing. But you're disappointed that you saved the guy, aren't you? I'm sorry I can't live up to your expectations. What's your name? Urishibara Luka. Why are you apologizing? I mean, I look like this, but I'm a guy. It matters not. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, we need to work on that inferiority complex of yours. Sure, buddy. Sure, come with me, I shall bestow upon you a mighty gift, an item that will give you courage. I'm sure you too haven't noticed the true power that sleeps inside of you. Oh my god, he gave her Samidare, the, I imagine, cosplay sword. And his Chunibyo mentality is sort of, like, she does it. Lukako does it because he said that it would give her courage to be more herself. And so that's why she's, oh my god, that's why she plays along. Oh, that sucks. That hurts me. Man, that's so sweet. You desire power, don't you? Whoa, I've never seen Lukako look so determined, I don't think. I can grant you power, all you need is the will, the desire, the hunger. Never again a fear, a camera lens, and then there we go. After that, we went to Bladeworks and you bought me Samidare. I didn't expect that. Well, I didn't expect he'd actually come with me. But when he did, I realized that he had potential. That's why I bought him the 980 yen tax-included demon sword. Afterwards, Lukako and I went through intense training to develop the Seishin Zanma School of Swordsmanship. In retrospect, I can't believe I said all that ridiculous stuff. It makes me want to crawl in a hole and hide. I'm glad he recognizes it. I was really surprised when you said it didn't matter, but at the same time, it really made me happy. It's strange, huh? Those words really moved me. Lukako's cheeks turned rosy pink, then turned rosy pink. Her blush is too powerful, I have to look away. Ever since you said those words, I've liked you. That's so sweet. That's very sweet. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second. Is she saying what I think she's saying? But that Lukako was like, I mean, yeah, probably, man. You made the guy Lukako fall in love with you. Okay, are we done here? By the time I drop her back off at the shrine, I'm worn out physically and mentally. We ended up walking for 4 hours straight, which was tiring, but my mental exhaustion is greater. In the end, we didn't talk much. We just walked. Today was really fun. Really? She's just saying that out of consideration. I can tell that she's forcing her smile. All through the date, I couldn't stop thinking about the time Lukako fell in love with me, so I barely made conversation at all. That manual was completely useless. On this world line, Lukako was a girl from the beginning, so Lukako's memories of when we first met might be inconsistent with mine. But even with that in consideration, Lukako's story still felt out of place. So, Lukako fidgets as she whispers. What is it? Well, tomorrow... She wants to go on a date again tomorrow? I mean, we are a couple, we are going out, and that means we like each other, and it's summer break right now, so it's natural to go on a date every day. I want to be with Ogame-san again. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Oh my god. Is that okay? Of course it is. Yes, of course. At least he's not a 100% just a jerk. Thank goodness. Lukako smiles again. She looks so happy and relieved. Seeing her like this makes incomprehensible feelings well up inside me. Well, see you tomorrow. I feel a huge weight on my shoulders. Also, her voice is so soft, and I feel like it can't be heard over the background music. Another date tomorrow. Tomorrow. Brother. Welcome, Bakarin. Oh, yeah, it's because he's yeah, I'm greeted by mighty smile and Dada's pure hatred. Yeah, it's because he's going on a date, yeah. Since when does a Chunibyo patient like you rate a girlfriend? It's not right, man. How'd your date with Luka-chan go? Well, stage clear somehow. Probably. Probably not, actually. Komima's the day after tomorrow, you know. What if you and Luka-chan go as a cosplay couple? Oh, that would be so sweet. Maybe you can persuade her to go now that you're her boyfriend. I wanna do a couple cosplay with my girlfriend. I think that would be really fun, but cons are expensive, and I don't have the money for that right now. But these guys maybe do. She never says yes to me, and I've asked her so many times too. But if Okarin asks her, then I'm sure she'll say okay. That could be really fun, actually. Why? Because Komima's on the oh yeah, right, of course. And Mighty is going to die that night. How am I supposed to spend the hours before her death cosplaying at Komima? To be honest, I don't get this dating thing, obviously. Those words are just think about it. All you do is walk, eat, and go home. And the whole time you have to worry about what your partner's thinking. What's fun about that? Well, buddy, you have to put effort in, and you have to care. And, well, I mean, first off, you should both parties should, like, know what the expectations are beforehand. This is not a clinic on dating. I don't need to do this. Don't say that, Okarin. You'll make Luka-chan sad. Mighty's expression is uncharacteristically serious. You know, just being with the person she likes is enough to make a girl happy. That's all she really needs. Doesn't being together make boys happy too? If not, that makes Mighty sad. Why would that make Mighty sad? Hey, when did Luka-chan fall for Okarin? When? Well, the very first time. Yeah. From the moment they met. Just about. I think back on what she said. Something still feels off about her story. Oh, wait, whoa. Yeah, I feel like maybe I misunderstood what she was saying in the moment because I was too busy chewing out Rintaro. But I was really surprised when you said it didn't matter. What does that mean? I said that Lukako's gender didn't matter. I remember that clearly. But didn't I say that because Lukako was a guy? Right, that doesn't make sense. Now I know what feels out of place. I wouldn't have said that to a female Lukako, so why does this Lukako remember what I said back then? I recall what happened with Ferris. Yeah. Uh-huh. She remembered. Uh-huh. Ferris regained her memories from before she sent the D-mail. Could Lukako too have remembered the previous world line where she was a guy? That would explain everything. However, she remembers that event and she said she liked me for it, so did Lukako like me even when she was a guy? Yes. I think I need to check that. Yeah, no, that's obvious. It's obviously true. The next morning, I head to the shrine to meet with Lukako. She's already waiting in the courtyard. When she sees me, she smiles and waves her hand. Too cute, must resist. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning. Where are we going today? For that, yes? I make up my mind and throw out the question. Do you have any memories of when you were a guy? Lukako twitches for a moment. She also had this thing about, what was it? It was, yeah, when the IBN 5100 was mentioned. And then she hangs her head. No, I don't. Really? Lukako just nods stiffly. I consider a more forceful approach, but the words of that dating manual blaze inside my head. Whatever you do, don't make the girl sad. You might get dumped. If I get dumped, then what will happen to our 4-day agreement? Lukako might refuse to turn back into a guy. No. Lukako's not like that. Mighty's life hangs in the balance, so I'm sure no matter what I say, she'll turn back. Or is it naive of me to think that? Either way, even though I'm doing this to save Mighty, I can't just trample on Lukako's pure maidenly heart. Okay, neither one of us speaks. Mutual distrust, suspicion, discomfort? One word could shatter our temporary relationship. Luka is the first to break the suffocating silence. I'm sorry. Let's cancel today's date. No, wait. Lukako bows her head and goes back into the shrine office. I hurt her. I feel guilty, but at the same time relieved. I hate myself for it. Homie, wow, you really just gave up? Golly, dude. Instead of returning to the lab, I stand on the bridge in front of the station and gaze blankly at the stream of people. Ferris might be visiting the lab. Ferris was at the lab on this day when I first came to this world line. My actions shouldn't have influenced Mighty, so she should have called Ferris over to show her the costumes. Right now, I don't want to see anybody. I need to think. But try as I might, no ideas come. No solutions. Luka agreed to go back to being a guy if I went out with her for a time. I've stayed faithful to that, so... Faithful? How? I just made a huge mistake back there. I've done nothing but make Luka sad. Tomorrow is the 15th. The day Komima opens. The day Mighty dies. At the very least, I need to make our relationship last until that evening. Tomorrow is the end. But I'm not confident I can show Luka a fun time. Alright, so instead of fussing over a date, I'll just try something that won't make Luka sad. It's probably the best choice that you can make, homie. Yeah. The next morning, after Mighty and Daru have left for Ariake, I head to the shrine to pick up Lukako. We hop the train at Akiba Station. When she looks askance at me, I tell her we're going to see Mighty. Today, it won't just be the two of us. I don't know what to say when we're alone. I'm afraid I'll just hurt her again. It's time to try something different. Whoa! When we get off the train wow, we're back here. I have bad memories of when we were here last time. When we get off the train at Tokyo Big Sight, Luka stares in wonder at the scene spread before her. People, people, people. People as far as the eye can see. Welcome to Komima, the Otaku Festival. It's the first day, so Big Sight's more crowded than usual. This is my plan, to take Luka to Komima. I'm not making her cosplay, of course. Luka wouldn't even do it at Mighty's request, and I don't want to force her to do anything she doesn't want to do. We're just here to look and have fun. The first order of business is to hook up with Mighty and Daru. Those two live and breathe Komima, so I'm sure they'll have a lot to talk about. Conversation will flow, and I'll be off the hook. How wonderful to have friends you can count on. Of course, bringing a date to Komima is a surefire way to earn myself the hatred of otaku everywhere, but no matter. I'll endure their contempt if that's what it takes to make Luka happy. So resolved, So resolved, I strike out through the crowd towards our designated rendezvous point. Luka, clearly overwhelmed by the sheer number of people, struggles to follow behind. Luka-chan! Near the edge of the parking lot, I see the petite Mighty waving her hands high. There aren't as many people here. Whoa, look at the homies! Look at that, I love this. This is cute. This is really cute. Welcome to Komima, Luka-chan. Yeah, it's my first time coming here, but it's amazing. Take it easy. Where's Daru? Daru-kun's in line for promo goods. He couldn't come. He said maybe he'll join us later if he survives the battle. Damn, that means he won't join up with us for at least another hour. Couldn't he forego the battle just this once? Lukako's eyes dart from place to place. She's clearly uncomfortable in the chaotic atmosphere. There's still some awkwardness between us after what happened yesterday. Even on the train ride, we barely spoke to each other. What's the point of being a couple if it turns out like this? It was easier to talk when we weren't supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Luka seemed to enjoy herself more too. Was it a mistake to bring her to Komima? Well, Luka didn't refuse. Even when I told her we were going to Komima, she just nodded obediently. Why, she will show you around, okay? There's lots of people, so we've got to be careful. First, we'll go to the cosplay area, and then we'll go inside. Mighty's more cheerful than usual. She must be happy to have us here. Is there anything you guys want to see? Luka, is there anything you want to see? Oh, Luka shakes her head. It's my first time, so if Okabe-san wants to see something, I'll go see it. She still uses san for him too, a formal honorific. I'm not particularly interested in anything. Luka looks unhappy. Crap, I shouldn't have answered like that. Hey, Luka-chan, if you come to the cosplay area, I'm sure you'll change your mind about cosplaying. Mighty talks happily to Luka. I'm glad I chose to rely on this ditz who can't read the mood. It's not embarrassing at all, see? Because everyone's having fun. Kaede-chan and Fubuki-chan are there wearing Mayashi's costumes. I'll introduce you, okay? You should come tomorrow too. I'll bring costumes for you and we can cosplay together. Well, you do die tonight, Mighty. I'm really sorry to say it. Whoa! I think Okane would be perfect to zero-sum from Code Geass. Nice. You'll cosplay if Okane does it with you, right, Luka-chan? You will, won't you? Mayashi thinks it's a great idea. Not a chance. Sorry. Dang. Shut down. I'm trying to go to a con with my homies like this. Mighty slumps her shoulders in disappointment. Oh, a new place. I don't think we've seen this area a big site before. Luke and I got fed up with the amount of people and left Ariake early. We took the direct shuttle bus to Akiba that only runs during Komima, but it was so crammed inside I thought I was gonna die. Oh, I don't think it went well. By the time we get back to Akiba, Luka and I are exhausted. My feet feel like blocks of lead, and I don't have the energy to even attempt conversation. The two of us schlepp back to the shrine without speaking a word, like Spanish monks under a vow of silence. Luka doesn't raise a single complaint, but taking her to Komima was obviously a mistake. Luka's expression has been stiff ever since we met up with Mairi. Maybe she's still traumatized by otaku. Yeah, the first time I met Lukako, he was being harassed by otaku. Maybe they left a bad... They most certainly did. They sexually harassed her. We don't talk. We spent most of the day shoulder to shoulder with strangers. I can probably count on my fingers the words I said directly to Luka today. Oh. Guys, this makes me really sad. Luka deserved so much better. So this is our last chance to talk as boyfriend and girlfriend, but I'm confused. What should I talk about? I try thinking about things we have in common. The demon sword Samidare. The Seishinzama School of Swordsmanship, but Kurisu said to avoid Chunibyo topics, and the dating manual concurred. What else is there? It finally dawns on me. There's nothing else Luka and I share. Silence dominates the shrine. The silence should be calming, but it's not. I've safely escorted Lukako home. Mighty's death is just 3 hours away. The temporary relationship between me and Luka ends here. Now I just need Luka to give me her mother's pager number. However, is it really okay to let it end like this? In the end, what have I done for Luka? I haven't done squat, have I? All I've done is hurt her. Suddenly, Luka starts sobbing. She covers her mouth with both hands, but can't stop the tears pouring from her eyes. When I approach her, Luka pulls back. Luka wipes the corners of her eyes, but the tears keep flowing, forming a glistening line down each cheek. I'm speechless. I have no idea what to do. A girl is crying before my eyes. It's my duty as a man to comfort her, and I know that, yet no words come. I just stand there like a useless statue. The cause of Luka's tears is undoubtedly me. I didn't treat her right as my girlfriend, even if it was only a temporary arrangement. And now it ends with me watching as Luka cries. I'm the one who did this to her. I'm the cause of her grief, and yet she thanks him. She thanks me and bows her head. She lifts her head and smiles shyly through her tears. I was really happy that we could be together. That's a lie. I'm glad I fell in love with... That has to be a... this hurts. That has to be a lie. To my surprise, Lukako takes my hand in hers. Her hand is very warm and delicate. This is the first time I've touched her since we became a couple. And it will be the last. Luka places a note in my hand, and then she pulls away. She bows her head again. Luka turns her back to me, then disappears into the shrine office. It's the pager number. Probably our mother's pager number. She kept her promise, but I didn't keep mine. I can't let it end like this. I run full speed back to the lab. Ignoring Kurusu's calls to stop, I slap on the headgear and leap to the past. Yeah, come on, man. We don't know what happens in these world lines. At the very least, you gotta treat her right. I told you Lukako deserves better, and she does. That's so sad. Come on, man. Back on the same day, I regain consciousness in front of Akihabara Station. Luka is next to me. We're about to board the train for Komima. Luka looks a little anxious, but she doesn't raise a single complaint. The shuttle bus pulls up. The huge line of people begins to move. We can't go to Komima like this. Shaking off my time leap-induced vertigo, I take Luka by the hand. Where are you guys going? Once we get out of the line, I let go of Luka's hand and start walking. The bus is here. We're not going to Komima. This time, we're doing things my way. Where are we going? I keep walking with Lukako's hand in mine, ignoring everything else. Luka looks bewildered at first, but eventually she says no more and just starts following me with a sad expression. We arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, a place devoid of visitors, where an aura of peace and dignity dominates, where the cries of cicadas resound. Lukako's home. Finally, I turn to face Luka. Instead of letting go, I grasp her warm hand even tighter than before. Perhaps it's the heat or perhaps it's the nervousness, but our hands are damp with sweat, but still I don't let go. Luka is hanging her head. She might cry at any moment. No, that's not what it means, Luka. He's gonna do something different, I think. I summon my resolve and answer her with a laugh. What are you talking about? Our couple phase isn't over yet. I strike a pose and mimic a line from the popular card battling anime. Until I witnessed Mighty's death, this was how I acted all the time. Now it takes some effort, but I still have it in me. Acting like a chunibyo for her sake because that's how she knows him and like she likes him for him, but all because what he did to save her from those otaku was undoubtedly Okabe and not necessarily Hoin Kyomo. That was the guys. It was what he was using. The persona. I say persona. This is sweet. Oopsies. Hit my keyboard. This is really sweet. But weren't you listening? This time we're doing things my way. Now, my disciple. Bring forth the demon sword. The wind blows. The tree growing over the main building rustles its leaves in response. Luka looks at me blankly. Tears form in the corners of her eyes. Isn't it obvious? It's time to continue your training in the Seishinzama School of Swordsmanship. My training? Have you already forgotten what I taught you? No, but Oka... It's Kyoma. Have you forgotten my true name, Luka? I am the insane mad scientist Hoin Kyoma. Swallowing my embarrassment, I strike another pose. Oh, it's cringe, but it's kind of sweet. I was so caught up in the question of your gender that I lost sight of our true relationship. But now I finally realize the truth. Our relationship was decided from the very beginning. I may be a man and you may be a woman, but our temporary relationship as a couple. I take a deep breath. I gently comb my fingers through Lukako's hair. I twist my lips into a grin. Matters not. I am I, Lukako is Lukako, and Lukako is my disciple. As I gently stroke her hair, Lukako puts her warm hand on top of mine. Oh! This is so sweet! In like a weird, cringe way, but it's like sweet. Yes, of course, Okabe, Kyoma-san is my master. There we go. There we go. Chunibyo stuff. Yay! At least she's happy. I'm not going anywhere, so hurry. Shyly, she heads back to the shrine office. We spent 4 hours training just like we used to. Practice swings with a demon sword, stories of the sword's history, lectures on the intricacies of Seishinzanma swordsmanship, all fabricated from my Chunibyo delusions. I talk. Lukako, now dressed in Miko robes, listens with rapt attention. Occasionally we take a break, sit on the shrine stairway, and eat the sweet rice balls Lukako's mother bring us. And that's how we spend an extraordinarily ordinary 4 hours. Alright, that's it for today. Luka lowers her stance and slowly sheathes the demon sword. She looks so beautiful and majestic standing there in flowing white robes, sword shining in her hands. I find myself mesmerized once again. Lukako bows, snapping me out of it. Thank you. I think I got a little stronger. No need for humility. Today you mastered. Good lord. But don't get cocky, for you are still weak. I want to learn from you. The breeze feels nice after the sweat we worked up. We save our comfortable fatigue as we drink the barley tea Lukako's mother brought for us. I feel like it's been a long time since you last taught me, Kyono-san. For the past few days, my mind has been under the dread influence of the foul grimoire known as the Manual, but I fully recovered, do not worry. Thank goodness, you're back to your old self. Luka answers happily, and then her expression turns serious as if she's made up her mind about something. Yesterday you asked me if I had any memories from when I was a guy. Luka looks away. I see her hands fidgeting in her lap. Finally, with trembling lips, she speaks. Is this always going to happen? Are they always going to retain their memories? How does reading Steiner actually even work? You do remember, huh? No surprise. I expected she'd remember after what I experienced with Ferris. I remember, or actually, how should I say it? It's a very transient feeling. I can't clearly remember it, but at the bottom of my sea of memories, well, in my head. Then Luka starts pawing at the air above and to the right of her head. It feels like it's around here somewhere. I don't really get it. Anyway, you remember? Luka nods. I'm sorry I lied yesterday. Nice. You should be proud to have fooled the great Hoin Kyoma. So because I remembered, I knew Mom's pager number without having to ask. She takes out a piece of paper upon which is written the number. I was going to give you this no matter how things turned out today. And one more thing. One more thing? I don't know if it's related to my memories, but it's about that old computer. Now that I didn't expect. Yes, I think so. True, Lukako did seem like she knew something about the IBM 5100. Plus, Luka's dad confirmed that it was here at the shrine. And then one day it suddenly disappeared. Does Lukako know where it is now? If that's true, Luka, then you might not have to turn back into a guy. But Luka faintly shakes her head. I don't think it's that easy. But why not? Luka grips my hand. Please come with me, I'll show you. She looks into my eyes. Luka is no longer crying. In the fading sunlight, her eyes shine with firm resolve. A very different Luka. She brings me to Daibiru. I look up at the huge towering building. The IBM 5100 is here? Not there. Luka faces away from the Daibiru and points to a coin locker tucked in a narrow alley. It happened last year, just before New Year's. Luka walks up to the coin locker. She talks. The computer was at our shrine until then, until New Year's. That's a contradiction. It was only 2 weeks ago that I found out the IBM 5100, that I found the IBM 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine, which means I really haven't returned to the original world line. It's all my fault. I was helping out at the shrine sweeping the storehouse when I broke it by accident. You broke it? Luka nods. But I thought Dad would get mad at me if he found out, so you stuffed it in a coin locker? It must have been tough bringing it all the way out here. That thing weighs a ton. I used a pushcart from home. It broke too. Even so, it must have been hard to get here with just a pushcart. Maybe she was running on adrenaline. When I heard Kyoma-san was searching for it, I was really surprised. I knew I should have told you the truth, but I thought you'd hate me for it and I couldn't say anything. Nonsense, I wouldn't hate you for that. No matter what, you're still my disciple. I know. Luka takes the locker key out of her pocket. It's already been more than half a year, so the management probably took it away. Half a year, I guess it's hopeless then. This locker charges 200 yen per day. Normally, if a coin locker goes unpaid for more than a few days, the management retrieves the contents. And if the owner doesn't claim it within a month, it's usually thrown away. Meaning the IBM 5100 is already... Luka goes to a large locker at the end of the row, inserts the key, and tries the lock. It's not locked. I guess that settles it. Sure enough, Luka opens the door to reveal an empty locker. Damn. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's no point in retrieving a broken IBM 5100, but I don't tell her that. It's not your fault. I'm the one who messed with the timeline. Everything that happened is my fault. That's why I must bear the burden. Mighty's pain. Suzuha's pain. Ferris's pain. And now Luke. Oh, I was literally just about to say that. I knew what the next line was. I mean, it was intuitive. Something occurs to me. What if I send a D-mail telling Lukako not to sweep the storehouse? How would that change the world line? Would the IBM 5100 stay at Yanabayashi Shrine ready for me to retrieve in August as planned? Part of me wants to try sending that D-mail. If it works, Lukako could stay a girl and be exactly how she wants to be. No, I mustn't give in to the temptation. My goal is to restore the world line, not war a bit further. Fix the past to save Mairi. That is my mission. There's something strange about my memories. Strange how? Inside my mind, there are two memories about that old computer mixed together. The first is the memory of me breaking it, the other has no memory of it at all. The male me didn't break the computer, he swept the main shrine instead of the storehouse, so Lukako swept the storehouse because she became a girl. Because she swept the storehouse, she broke the IBN 5100 and deposited it into this coin locker. As a result, the IBN 5100 will never reach me. Is this the butterfly effect? So there's no choice, I have to go back to being a guy. There's no longer any doubt in her eyes. There's no choice. She knows it as well as I. We return empty-handed to Yanabayashi Shrine, which is dyed scarlet by the setting sun. Luka lets go of my hand after we arrive. We spent the whole walk hand in hand. Then she turns to me. So this is goodbye. Yeah. I'm really happy that I could train with you again. She smiles shyly again, but her cheeks are dyed pink. I can tell she's desperately holding back her tears, but those tears hold a different meaning than the ones I saw before I time leaped. At least, I'd like to think so. I didn't really do anything. I didn't really do anything boyfriend-like for you, did I? That doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. I'm sincerely relieved, because Lukako smiled for me. Please, save Mayuri-chan. Mayuri-chan is really important to me. And to everyone else, homie. Oh god, first Suzuha, now Ferris. Or rather, then Ferris, now Lukako. Please go already, if you don't I might cry, I know that feeling. So please, thank you for everything. This is when I use that phrase, right? Oh, she's trying. It's konguru. I find myself smiling. Luka forces a smile too. Konguru. She bows deeply. She doesn't raise her head. A sign for me to go already. I turn back to the archway at the shrine's entrance. My feet are heavy. They won't advance. I stop in front of the stairs. Then I take out my phone. Oh, you're calling Makize? Mairi called. She was mad you stood her up on your promise to go to Komima. I need you to enter a number into the phone wave. Please just do it. I'm sending a D-mail. I hear a sigh on the other end of the phone. The number is... I tell her Lukako's mother's pager number with another string of numbers attached. It's a huge number. Oh, meat, veg, okay. When she sees this, Lukako's mother will probably think it's a prank, and then she'll assume the D-mail we sent earlier was also a prank. If that still doesn't change the world line, we can just try something else. Pages in 1992 didn't display the sender's number. Lukako's mother won't know who sent it. I already told Kurisu the timer setting. Everything's ready. I hang up once I confirm that the 42-inch CRT is on. Now I just need to call the phone wave, and then the world line will change. Luka will turn back into a guy, her memories will disappear, Mighty won't die today. However, I hesitate to open my address book. My thoughts turn to Luka, who is probably still watching me from behind. If I turn around, what will I see on her face? I want to check, but I don't think she'd want that. Luka finally smiled for me today, but I still have lingering reservations inside. This time, I'm about to sacrifice Luka's memories. The memories of the 17 years she lived as a girl on this world line. The memories of her parents who rejoiced when their daughter was born. I'm about to erase all of that. There's no way to avoid these feelings. Every time you mess with the world line further and further, you're going to be messing with people. I'm not saying that that's okay, I'm just saying that it's going to hurt every time, and this is a burden that he has to bear, because he's the only one, as far as we know, who's got reading Steiner. And that sucks. I will be rejecting the 17 years Lukako lived as a guy. I will be rejecting the memories of his parents who rejoiced when their son was born. Even so, is it okay to turn Luka back into a guy? I'm lost and cannot take another step. I've sacrificed the memories of 2 friends already. The sight of their tears is burned into my mind. Something soft presses against my back. Luka has embraced me from behind. This sucks. I hear faint sobbing. What expression is she making now, even without looking? I can tell. I really don't want to change back. Her words are like needles stabbing into my heart, because if I change back into a guy, I'll have to hide my feelings for you. It would be wrong for me to love you if... No, it wouldn't. I mean, sure. Yeah, back then, in that environment. Yeah, you'd have to hide those feelings. God. I have nothing against that's a line that came wow. That's a well, okay, actually, you know what? Yeah. That makes sense coming out of Okabe's mouth. I think he's just like yeah, this is 2009, 2010. I can believe it. Yeah, he has nothing against homosexuals, but unfortunately I am heterosexual. I won't be able to answer Lukako's feelings if he's a guy. My memories of today will vanish too, won't they? That we held hands and walked together? That we trained together after such a long time? That I'm touching Okabe-san's body right now? I don't want to forget. I love you, Okabe-san. I want to save Mighty-chan too, and I understand there's no other way, but it still hurts. At the very least, I want to keep my memories of today. If I'd known it would hurt this much, then I never would have wished to become a girl in the first place. Oh my god, why is her crying so realistic? Good lord. I'm sorry, I know that doesn't matter to you, right? Even as a guy, you're still Lukako to me, that won't change. It makes me happy to hear you say that. Okabe-san, please send the email. Please send it quickly. If you let me feel your warmth any longer, I might say even worse things. Is this really okay? You've asked that question to yourself so many times, buddy. I'm about to sacrifice someone again. Is it my place to make that decision? My fingers tremble around my phone. But Lukako embraces those trembling fingers with her own. Is this another choice? Holy hell. I think I have to save here. I thought that our choice was made way back last episode, but... Shoot, I gotta make a save. Will you remember me? Yes. With just one call to the phone wave, I can send a message to Luka's mother's pager. Will you remember me as a girl? Yes. If I make the call. Will you remember these 4 short days we were together? Yes. Yeah, there we go. We can't do it. Why? I can't do it anymore. I can't sacrifice anybody else's memories. I've already trampled on Suzuha and Ferris's memories. I mean, yes, that's a way to think about it, but you're carrying them with you, man! You have to- we've already made our decision. I turned a blind eye to their suffering, all the while telling myself it was to save Mighty. I justified it by telling myself I would carry their burdens. Oh, but that was just a convenient excuse. That's the other side of the coin, right? I don't have the right. I fall to my knees, unable to stand. The only way to save Mighty is to send this email. There's no alternative. Even so, I don't have the right to erase Lukako's entire life as a girl. I can't do such an arrogant thing. More than anything, I don't want to lose a Lukako beside me right now. Mighty can't be saved. Mighty's death is fate. No matter how many world lines I cross, convergence will occur. Mighty will die, no matter what. I'm tired of it all. Mighty, I'm sorry. My ego wasn't strong enough to sacrifice everything for your sake. The first day of Komiwa has ended. A few Otaku warriors linger to check their spoils before beginning the odyssey home. Otherwise, Ariake is silent and still, as if the crowd Lukako and I saw this afternoon was a lie. Komiwa runs for 3 days straight, but it already feels like the end of a festival. Of course, this silence is just for tonight. Tomorrow, people will come to fill this spacious promenade once again. My hand clutches at my chest. Mighty will die in less than an hour. I'm not ready. Even so, I want to be with her in her final moments. I won't let her leave this world alone. That's why I came here right after leaving the shrine. She should still be in Ariake somewhere. I contacted both Mighty and Daru by mail. If they're still in Ariake, they should be here any minute now. My phone rings. Speak of the devil. However, the name on the display isn't one that I was expecting. Lukako. Please tell me, is this really okay? She doesn't have to say it. I know exactly what she means. There's only one thing I can say. This was my choice. You don't have to worry about a thing. I know that mail won't be enough to stop Lukako from blaming herself, but I have to send it all the same, if only to strengthen my own resolve. Memories from this morning rise unbidden. Mighty stopped by the lab on the way to Komima. I was dozing on the couch. Suddenly, the darkness was burned away by light. Squinting against the fluorescent radiance, I raised my head to see who had entered. Did I wake you? Tugging a suitcase. Wasn't really asleep. Up all night, trying to solve the problem. You're pretty early, Mairi. She's here to pick up her costumes and breakfast. She took a sandwich and some potato salad from her convenience store bag. Are you going to Komimon now? Daughter-kun already left on the first bus. Oh. Where'd you go with Luka-chan yesterday? Did you have a fun date? You know, Luka-chan hasn't replied to my mail since yesterday. You emailed Lukako? Yeah, she's a little worried, you know. The day before, Lukako burst into tears barely 5 minutes after we met up. Then we parted ways. That's why I couldn't give Mairi an answer. Did you make Luka-chan cry again? That would make Mayashi sad. Luka-chan is Mayashi's friend. It was Mairi's last day alive and also Lukako's last day together with me. I asked myself, could I really let it end with both of them sad? Let it end? What right did I have to decide when it ends? My arrogance made me want to vomit. And then as if to rely on Mairi, I began to tell her my new plan. Are you going to be at Komima all day? Yeah, why? Is it okay if I bring Lukako? How'd it go? Asking Lukako to cosplay couldn't convince her. I don't want to force her, you know, that would make her hate cosplay. So she gave up. It might be a good idea to bring Luka-chan to Komima. You think maybe if she saw other cosplayers having fun, Luka-chan might want to try it too? You think we could get her to cosplay at the next Komima? I wonder. That would be nice. That'd make me really happy. Mairi packed her costumes into the suitcase. Well, gotta get going. Be sure to come, okay? I'll be waiting. I'll show you all the best stuff so you'll want to come tomorrow too. I could hear my teeth grinding. I knew that whether Mairi would get to see tomorrow depended entirely on my actions. If this day had gone as planned, my status as Lukako's temporary boyfriend would have come to a close. Luka would have gone back to being a guy. Mairi would survive the night. She would go to Komima tomorrow without a care in the world. Something wrong? She's always been sensitive to changes in my demeanor, so I put on a smile and responded as Hoi and Kyoma. Let's meet in Ariake in the afternoon. Okay, I'll be waiting. Mairi didn't leave right away. She just stood there in front of the door looking at me. Mayashi's always here for you to talk to when you need her, okay? I'm off. Mairi cheerfully flew out the door, suitcase in hand, like the white rabbit in Wonderland. The sound of her footsteps gradually faded away. Now alone, I took a deep breath. The time limit was 13 hours after that point in time. In those 13 hours, I was to return Lukako to manhood. I thought I had to change her back, but now... A voice calls me back to the present. There's Mairi dragging her suitcase. Daru isn't with her. She's probably upset. After all, I completely stood her up on the promise we made this morning. You came, but you're late. Mayashi was waiting. I was really lonely. Sorry. I can't look Mairi in the eye. As Mairi was waiting in vain, I was making the worst possible decision for her. I chose to not turn Lukako back. I chose to not save Mairi. No. Let's not beat around the bush. I chose to let her die. It's not that I don't want to save her, I do, but I can't bring myself to make the necessary sacrifice. Where is Luka-chan? She's not coming. Did you make her cry again? No. My thoughts are a jumble. Her every word seems an accusation. Of course, I know that's not her intent. Even if she knew what I had done, this innocent childhood friend of mine doesn't have a bitter bone in her body. It's my guilty conscience, changing Mairi's words into swords stabbing straight through the heart. But even so, I can no longer change the past. I don't want to change it, so I have no other choice. No other choice but to accept the death this world so desires. If I were a normal man, I would have had to accept Mairi's death whether I liked it or not. I wouldn't have been able to try to avert it, but by chance, I acquired the power of a god. It allowed me to try again and again. If anything, I should be grateful for the opportunity I was given. I can't let Mairi sense my unease. She can always tell when there's something bothering me. 10 minutes left. I want her to spend them happy and carefree. That's the very least I can do for her. So I put on the mask of Hoi and Kyoma, just as I did for Lukako. Things between me and Luka are absolutely marvelous. That Miko and I are tied by a strong bond, connected by fate whether we like it or not. And today the genius have returned the smile to Lukako's face. She even said so herself that it was fun to be with me in our pursuit of knowledge. As soon as those words leave my lips, I realize my mistake. That makes it sound like I broke my promise to Mighty just so I could give Lukako a fun time, doesn't it? Well, I suppose that is what happened. But Mighty didn't need to know that. But Mighty, innocent as she is, just gives me a happy, relieved smile. So there's no reason for Okarin and Luka-chan to break up, right? Right, we won't break up. Actually, our temporary relationship has already ended. That was our agreement, but I don't think I need to tell Mighty that. Can concentrate on Komima without any worries. Are you going to participate tomorrow too? Yup, it lasts 3 whole days. I shouldn't have asked. I fight the urge to check my phone. Last time I checked it was about 7 p.m. I don't have the guts to check again. I don't want to watch the seconds tick down to Mighty's death. I called him just now and he said he was still close by. We don't really have time to wait for Daru. Let's wait a little bit longer. If that's what Mighty wants, then I won't deny her. Besides, I don't want Mighty's last moments to be on a crowded train or bus, but rather somewhere she can see the stars. Oh. Not that I have any right to choose her place of death. Oh, this is sick. Oh, this makes me feel awful. Hey, do you think we can convince Luka-chan to cosplay somehow? How should we persuade her, though? Mighty's mood is completely healed. Why is she so happy? Did she hear something pleasing somewhere in this conversation? Was it knowing that things are going well between me and Luka? Or was it that I kept my promise to come here after all? I don't know. But seeing Mighty's happy smile makes my heart ache. I think Luka-chan would be an absolutely perfect Kirari-chan cosplayer. Luka-chan's so cute, she makes Mayushi's heart throb, you know? I want to spread Luka-chan's cuteness to people all over the world, don't you, Okarin? Or maybe you plan to keep Luka-chan all to yourself, but you know you shouldn't monopolize her. I don't mind, it's not like I can keep her all to myself. Anyway, there's one more reason I want to get Luka-chan to cosplay. Mighty's awfully obsessed with Luka today. Come to think of it, Mighty has done nothing but talk about Luka for these past 4 days, ever since Luka and I started dating. Usually a quiet girl, right? She almost never says what she thinks. When you cosplay, you become someone other than yourself. That's why I think that if Luka-chan cosplays once, she'll definitely find a new Luka-chan, even if it's embarrassing at first. And when that happens, she'll become more assertive than before and maybe even dominate you, Okarin. She really does care for Luka. And yet I know that all of her hopes and dreams are in vain. Suddenly, Mighty falls silent. She looks up and raises one hand high above her head as if to catch the stars twinkling in the night sky. Stardust handshake. Can you see the stars? Yeah. You can see the stars more clearly in Ariake than in Akiba. If only the stars would answer her call. If only she could melt into their embrace. What salvation that would be. In the past, when she has reached for the sky, I have always pulled her back down to earth as if to keep her from floating away. But today, I don't dare. What does Mighty think about when she reaches for the starry sky? I've never asked her. Perhaps now is the time. Hey, Mighty. There's Daru. Daru runs up to us calling our names. You're late, Daru-kun. It took forever to check my spoils. Daru's backpack is filled to the brim. He's also carrying 5 paper bags illustrated with moe drawings. Such zeal. Let's go. Mighty gets up to lead the way and we start heading towards the train station. Guys, I think that's all the time that I have for today. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to fit the ending, Lukako's ending, into the next episode. I didn't know we were gonna be presented with another choice. I didn't know how much longer this was going to be, but I don't have the time to finish it right now. But this is really messing with me. It's making me really, really sad. It's really good. They handled this better than I thought they would, but yeah, we can talk about it at another point. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I definitely did. And I'll see you guys in the next video, so I'm fine. For now, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye!